Hi kids, welcome to my video on found poems. Found poetry is a fun and easy way to quickly create poetry and share it with your friends. Here's an example of what found poetry might look like. You can see behind the picture that there's a piece of text, a page from some book somewhere, I don't know what it is. And you can see that the found poem has taken words that he liked in the piece of original text and circled them and drawn around it to kind of obliterate the original text, but really it's still there. Take a look at the new poem that he created. Through the woods, I figure the morning mist takes a while to scale the mountains. So the text isn't really about that, but he's taken some words from the text to create new meaning. A found poem is a poem written from random lines that the poet, that's you, puts together in a new random order, but one that makes sense. Sometimes the words are just kind of cut out from different pieces of the text and put together, and you can play with them. And sometimes we find poetry in all sorts of cool places. Check out the way that this found poet has stacked these books to create a found poem out of the titles. Here are some tips for writing your poem. Now's a good time, boys and girls, to pause and take a look. I've given you tips based on The Outsiders. Go through my tips and pause the video so that you can actually slow down and do these steps. As you can see in this section, it says don't worry about punctuation. That's an important step for a lot of kids because a lot of kids will get very hung up on, but there's a comma here in the original text, or, but that ends with a question mark, and I really want it to not have a question mark there. You can ignore the original punctuation. You can change that. What's important are the found words. The steps I gave you suggested that you pull pieces of text from different places in your book. This particular example gives you just a passage from the novel, and it cuts it to the bone and creates a found poem. Read first the passage from the novel, and then read the found poem. Next, I have for you a few different examples of found poetry that I found myself. Haha, get it? Found. I'm such a dork, I know. You love it. But take a look at the found poems that I put here for you and how they look different. Note what you like about them, what you notice about them, what the author, what the poet has done with the original text and how they've changed it. And be thinking about how you'd like to do that in your own work. Okay, boys and girls, be thinking about your found poem and how you're going to create that out of the novel that you read for your book group. Can't wait for World Poetry Day.